Recently, North China has been experiencing frequent and heavy rainfall. Affected by the rainfall, from 8 o'clock on the 27th to 8 o'clock today, 28th, 25 rivers in Tianjin, Hebei, Inner Mongolia, Liaoning, Jilin, Fujian, Guangdong, Yunnan, Shaanxi, and other places experienced floods above the warning level, with the largest exceeding the warning level by 2.39 meters. Beijing upgrades to red alert for heavy rain and floods. At 12 o'clock today, 28th, Beijing upgraded and issued a red warning for heavy rain. It is estimated that from 2000 hours on the 28th to 7 o'clock on the 29th, the 6-hour rainfall in most areas of Beijing will reach more than 150 millimeters, and in some places it may reach more than 300 millimeters. The risk of disasters such as mountain torrents, mudslides, and landslides in mountainous and low mountain areas is extremely high, and serious waterlogging may occur in low-lying areas. Beijing Hydrological Station issued a red flood warning at 9 o'clock on the 28th. Red warning level flood has occurred in the Sangyuan section of the Jiyun River Basin. Citizens are requested to stay away from the river to ensure their own safety. Starting at 3 p.m. on the 27th, the Miyun Reservoir has started to discharge water. At noon today, the 28th, the Miyun Reservoir increased the discharge flow to 600 cubic meters per second. During the discharge period, the water levels of the Chaohe River, Baihe River, Chaobai River, and other rivers downstream of the Miyun Reservoir will continue to rise. Affected by the continuous heavy rainfall, some areas of Yanqing and Miyun in Beijing recorded hourly heavy rainfall of up to 100 millimeters on the evening of the 27th. Mountain torrents occurred in Shiqing Town, Fengjie Town, and Bilayatan Town in Miyun. Some areas experienced water and communication outages. A total of more than 10,000 households and 49 villages had their electricity supply affected. As of now, more than 4,000 people have been evacuated in advance in Miyun. More than 200 trapped people have been rescued. In some places where communications and electricity were interrupted are actively carrying out emergency repairs. As of the morning of the 28th, more than 4,000 people in 15 villages in Miyun district have had their electricity restored. 4 people died and 8 people were missing in Luanping, Hebei. Luanhe River experienced the first flood of this year. The reporter learned on the 28th that a landslide occurred in Nantaizi Xigou Village, Mayingzi Manchu Township, Luanping County, Chengde City, Hebei Province due to heavy rain. After preliminary verification, the disaster has caused 4 deaths and 8 people are still missing. Hebei Province, Chengde City, and Luanping County are organizing forces to carry out rescue work. Affected by the recent heavy rainfall, the Luanhe River in the Haihe River Basin has experienced rising water levels. At 4:30 a.m. on the 28th, the inflow into the Zhangjiakou Reservoir, Tangshan, Hebei, on the mainstream of the Luanhe River rose to 2,270 cubic meters per second. According to the National Major River Flood Numbering Regulations, the Luanhe River experienced the number 1 flood in 2025, which is also the first numbered flood in major rivers in 2025. In response to the serious impact of heavy rain and floods on Hebei Province, the National Disaster Prevention, Mitigation and Relief Committee launched a National Level 4 Disaster Relief Emergency Response on the 28th. In accordance with the National Natural Disaster Relief Emergency Plan, the National Development and Reform Commission urgently arranged an investment of 50 million yuan from the central budget to support Hebei in carrying out emergency recovery after rainstorms and floods. The focus will be on emergency recovery and construction of damaged roads, bridges, water conservancy embankments, schools, hospitals, and other infrastructure and public service facilities in the disaster-stricken areas to promote the restoration of normal production and living order as soon as possible. 5,694 people were relocated and resettled in Xigou District, Tianjin. All scenic spots are closed. At 5 a.m. on the 28th, the Xigou District Meteorological Observatory in Tianjin upgraded the orange rainstorm warning to red. The Xigou District Flood Control Point initiated a first-level emergency response for flood control in Xiaoying Town and Luozhuangzi Town, and other areas were issued an orange rainstorm warning and initiated a second-level emergency response for flood control. A total of 5,694 people were relocated in Xigou District, Tianjin. Due to heavy rain, all scenic spots, farmhouses and homestays in Xigou District were temporarily closed from 6 a.m. on the 28th. Affected by heavy rainfall, disasters have been reported in Chengde, Baoding, Zhangjiakou, and other places in Hebei Province in mainland China in recent days. That on the 28th, a landslide occurred in Xigou Village, Nantaizi, Mayingzi Manchu Township, Luanping County, Chengde City, Hebei Province due to heavy rainfall. After preliminary verification, the disaster caused 4 deaths and 8 people are still missing. Beijing has also upgraded its red rainstorm warning. As of 11:40 on the 28th, a total of 6 districts in Beijing were under red rainstorm warnings and 10 districts were under orange rainstorm warnings. It is expected that from 2000 hours on the 28th to 7 o'clock on the 29th, the 6-hour rainfall in most areas of Beijing will reach more than 150 millimeters, and in some places it may reach more than 300 millimeters. The risk of disasters such as mountain torrents, mudrock flows, and landslides in mountainous and shallow mountainous areas is extremely high, and low-lying areas may experience serious waterlogging. In response to the serious impact of heavy rain and floods on Hebei Province, the mainland's National Disaster Prevention, Mitigation and Relief Committee launched a national-level 4 disaster relief emergency response on the 28th and urgently arranged 50 million renminbi, approximately 200 million new Taiwan dollars, to assist Hebei in disaster relief and reconstruction. Beijing Youth Daily pointed out that the mainland's Central Meteorological Observatory predicts that there will still be a lot of rainfall in North China, Northeast China, and Eastern Inner Mongolia in the next 3 days, and reminds local residents to be vigilant against secondary disasters that may be caused by the accumulation of rainfall or local heavy rainfall. The Ministry of Water Resources of the mainland said that from 8 o'clock on the 27th to 8 o'clock on the 28th, due to rainfall, 25 rivers in Tianjin, Hebei, Inner Mongolia, Liaoning, Jilin, Fujian, Guangdong, Yunnan, Shaanxi, and other places experienced floods above the warning level, with the largest exceeding the warning level by 2.39 meters. 5 small and medium rivers in Xingzhou River, Chengde, Hebei, experienced the largest flood since measured data was available. There were reports of severe flooding in many places in Chengde, Hebei. In addition to the continued heavy rain, some reports also pointed the finger at the Mayingzi Reservoir flood discharge. Beijing Youth Daily pointed out that at 1500 hours on the 27th, the Mayingzi Reservoir started to discharge water. As of 2000 hours on the 27th, the discharge flow had increased from the initial 80 cubic meters per second to 500 cubic meters per second. Singapore's Lianhe Xiaobao pointed out that many places in northern China experienced rare rainfall in late July, with 19 national meteorological stations breaking the historical record of monthly rainfall in the same period, and 13 of them set the highest rainfall ever recorded in the local area. Among them, Chengde, Baoding, Zhangjiakou, and other places in Hebei Province were severely affected. Luanping County, Baoding City, was hit by torrential rain from 1700 hours on the 25th to 1 o'clock the next morning, breaking the historical record for daily precipitation, causing 2 deaths and 2 missing persons. County, Baoding City, even received nearly a year's average rainfall in 1 day on the 24th. Recent heavy rains have also caused slope landslides on many national and provincial trunk roads in Huairou, Miyun, and Yanqing, and infrastructure such as roadbeds and bridges have been damaged by water, causing traffic interruptions on some sections of the road.